Thank you. You're super nice, aren't you? Today we are going to groom Bailey. He's a Poochon, and yeah, he's a bit of an old man that I've only actually groomed him once so far. He usually goes to another dog groomer, but she's on her maternity leave at the minute. So I'm doing a little camp job, aren't I? Aren't I? Yeah, thank you. He's very polite. He's a very gentle boy. So if you have watched my other video, you have probably seen my routine. I am going to do it a tiny bit differently today, just to show you how to cater to an older dog, or just to different dogs' needs. For example, I'm going to do Bailey's nails at the very end of the groom, mainly because he does paw a lot whilst I do his face. So rather than have no sharp claws coming down my hand, I'll just do them later. We'll glue them later. So I've just done his eyes and then I'm doing his paw pads. I'm using the Wall Acro, I think these are like a special edition, like rose gold hair, that I bought years ago. And with that, I put it on all these trimmers have an adjustable blade down here, that's what this little nub part is. And I put it to the longest setting for his eyes and I put it to the shortest setting for his feet. The reason why we want it nice and short for the feet is because it's where it's going to hit the pavement, it's where all the grub's going to get stuck. It's one of the main parts where discomfort can occur. On the longest setting on his eyes, as you have just seen, that is to take the hair out of the corner of his eyes as short as possible, because I just think it's a lot neater and more longer lasting when you do it with mini trimmers like this. And I will only use my mini trimmers, I won't do it with my bigger pair of clippers, just because these are so light and quiet compared to them, and they're a lot easier. The blade itself is a lot smaller to get into the corners of their eyes. I find a lot of dogs are tolerant for it. And a good way to check if your dog is or isn't going to be still for it, especially if they're new or a bit older or anything like that, just turn the clippers on first, and you probably see me do it. Turn the clippers on and we're just going to stroke like that along the face, the same way you would do when you're doing it like that. So today I'm going to be grooming Bailey on a 3-comb attachment. That is equivalent to 3/8 of an inch or 10 millimeters. And I know a lot of groomers go by millimeters. I don't. I just say a 3-comb attachment because it's 3/8. Hope that makes sense. I use my 10 as the narrow blade. This is the Ultra Edge. This is 1.5 millimeters. And then I think pretty much everything is like master cut, some from Simpsons dog grooming. On the tie beam, that is equivalent to 1.5 millimeters. And then just on Bailey's undercarriage, so his belly and down the inside of his legs, I'm going to do a 5F blade that is equivalent to a 6.4 millimeters. And I find this really just kind of ties the groom together. It makes it a lot neater. Excuse you, sir. Where are you going? We're not popping and sticking about. For the 10 blade, I always do ear hole, armpit, mainly female areas, and then the butt. And then, like I said, I will then do the undercarriage and the shorter blade, and that's just belly and inside the legs. Now I'm going to come over here and get in your way so you can't see anything of what I'm doing. could have just taken his ear hole. I've not took a lot, I just took around the ear hole, just held the airflow around his ear. I just find it's a good way to, it's never going to stop an ear infection, but it's going to help slightly. I think it does anyway. I've gaslit myself enough to think it is helpful. Make sure you're not going past the point of what is natural for them, especially at any age really. Because if Bailey cocks his leg and he can only lift it so about there, why am I going to lift it all the way up? That is not comfortable. Your dog's playing you. I've seen it far too many times. A dog groomer trying to do a dog's foot and they've got the foot up here. Of course the dog's going to fight you. Anyway, that over. Making sure all the wings, making sure they're just moving in a natural position and not overstretching. Good boy. He does have a bump here, unfortunately. So now we're going to move on to the 3-comb attachment. I just do the 3-comb attachment all over. He gets a nice all over trim. Yes, you do. You do. You're so fidgety. Right. I'm going to do that all over. I go, so where you can feel the bone at the top of their head, I like to go maybe a finger or two backwards, depending on how fluffy we leave your body and how fluffy we leave your head. So I will generally kind of maybe like one finger, or if not, you would go from where the neck strap is if you want to leave quite a bouffant head. And following the direction of his coat. I feel like clipping, the same kind of clipping really shows how good of a prepper you are. If not back and dried this dog properly, it's not going to look nice when you clip it. Finish drying your dogs. Don't know if you could tell then, just going down his leg, I just lifted it, but I gave it a little squeeze just so it keeps his leg nice and straight. I can sit down much easier. I have bathed and blow dried Bailey today in Bugalug's Maxi White shampoo, if you can't tell, obviously. And just to get down his leg, I do know he does jump about first a bit, so I'm going to lift his other leg, so he's putting his weight into this one. And if he does a little pop, it's only tiny, and it's not such a little pop. Good lad. There we go. And then, just under his chin, what I'm going to do is make some groomer's gag. Look away. I'm going to reverse it. Warning. Because I just think it's neater. And on a comb attachment, it's not doing damage. I'm not being funny. The reverse nose is on a poodle that way anyway. What's the deal? I will go back down there anyway. Also, don't know if you can hear the washing machine having a meltdown, but it needs doing. So. And we've got one side of him done. I realised I didn't finish what I was saying, so I have bathed him in Bugalug's Maxi White shampoo. I gave him 2 washes. Stop skipping your second washes. Don't be so disgusting. Also, I'm a big believer in quick dry sprays. Don't work. I would tell you to bath your dog twice before you purchasing it, because I just don't think it works. And I think it leaves a disgusting residue in the hair. Some of them don't. Some of them don't. But I just don't like it. Not for me. Not for me. I'd rather save my money. And do it like a dog. And as well, the hair just comes out so much nicer. And I have heard the saying once, and it was basically shampoo twice, the first wash is for the skin and the second wash is for the hair. And that's how it should work. Also doing a facial in Peanut Pickles Marshmallow Brightening Facial, I think it's called. I then blasted him with the blaster. I also groomers won't use this. Stop being scared of it. Stop being scared of it. I hope you can see it on the camera. It's a pointy nozzle. And for a dog curly, such as Bailey, who's half poodle and half Eon, why not using it? I don't think it dries any slower. I have had a lot of people say that to me in the past, that it dries slower than the blackhead. Not true, whatsoever. Once again, I'm a big believer. Bath twice, dry quicker. Because it has to. So, like that. I then fluff dried him. He was getting a few clean tangles, so I did pop a bit of Bugalogs Turn On Deep Tangling Leave-In Conditioner. I did give him a little spritz over just to help just add a bit nicer. Obviously, at the end of the day, he doesn't need to be perfect, but push it out. It took 5 minutes, and I'm probably not gonna have to go over Bailey like 5 times. So it's like all these little taps that take longer are actually going to save you much more time later on. So, what are we doing? I think as well with older dogs, it's just so important to remember that they are old, they don't want to stand here. They just want, this is why you're just going through them all over. Like, he doesn't need to be big, extravagant like it, to stand still for. He doesn't need that, you don't need that. And, like, there's no point of getting angry at a dog for something they can't help. For an older dog like this, I will quite literally probably let them get away with murder. So, sorry, I said it. All this stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I 6-comb attachment reverses. I'm also going to keep the belly strapping in now because I've done all my bulk cooking and I don't trust him to knock himself off the table. I'm not doing it to the point where he's restrained. He can put a bit of weight into this if he wanted to. Because at the end of the day, it is a long time to stand. That is also why I went out and bought a yoga mat for my table, because it's not fair for him to stand this on. 6-comb attachment. I feel like I keep going off on tangents, but what I'm going to do is I'm combing through all his hair. I'm using a Colin Taylor comb. 6-comb attachment, and we're going to reverse it. I'm going towards his eyes. Mainly because I get ick at groomers that go backwards. One, don't think it leaves a nice finish, and 2, the idea of that going towards the eyes, obviously we're being careful, but I just don't like the risk. So we're going over the top of the eyes instead. Quite a good thing as well to keep in mind for older dogs is because they're older, they've probably got a lot of gum issues, a lot of teeth issues that are like surpassed help. And probably cost a fortune to get removed as well. So the dogs, most of them are probably in pain for now. So if they're for just their head, that's usually my go-to reason as to why. Again, it can't help. Don't get angry at the dog over this. If it's bothering you that much, 1, don't groom the dog. Send them somewhere else. 2, talk to the owner and see if they will actually go to the vet and get them removed, and just say, if you don't, then I can't continue. You have every right to say you can't groom the dog, especially when their health becomes involved. This is all our clipping done. Are you happy about that, sir? Are you happy about that? For the last one, you probably saw I do foot, face, foot, and I work around the dog like that. We're not doing that today. I'm going to do his face first because I know that that's the bit he's going to try porny for. It's the bit he's probably going to be most wiggliest for. So that way, if I do his face first and it's not going great, it's fine. Then I'll move on to the foot, do a foot, and I'll come back to his face. I'm getting there 3 scissors. 1, 2, 3. We've got the curves. Again, you probably would have seen all these in my last video if you've watched it. My straights, my long straights, because he's got nice long legs, and we've also got thinners. Just nice standard pair of thinners, nothing fancy, just keep it simple. I always start with the ears because I always just start with ears because I feel like they knock off my face otherwise. And my perception goes. Perspective. I don't know. It's been a long day. So cutting off the length that I needed, and now I'm going to follow around the shape. He's a bigger bottom, so I'm going to keep his head still and come his ear down naturally wholly. Just going to put this little pull. That was good, lad. I'm not really going to talk too much into the steps, mainly because they are on my other video again. Kind of wanted to share like other tips and tricks. If anyone ever has any questions, please comment it or even just message me. I'm very open book, and I also think some knowledge on my grooming should just be shared and not gatekept. What are you doing? Thanks, then. Enjoy a little. Look how cute our face is. You're not impressed. I'm just like it. She's nice and calm, moving her so. She's so cute. Let's go back. There we have one cute little face. He actually did very well for that. Be very good. To be honest, when I was talking about the thinners before, I don't even really use them anywhere. I will if it's like really aimed at pear shapes, but otherwise I do mostly work for markers. I mean, 7 years of dog grooming will do that to you really. I think it just kind of comes a bit of a nasty. What is it? That isn't it? There we go. I'm going to get his nails done and then I'm going to scissor his feet. I think a little bit jaunty for this one. Good boy. Good boy. Good lad. Good lad. It was making me a little bit sad grooming lately because he does remind me a lot of the people we have at home. I feel like I'm actually looking in like at his like future self. And looking at like 6 years time. This is what it's gonna be like. Which could be worse. Yeah. But what are we doing? What's the rules? Okay. We're gonna have a quick 2-minute break and we will be back, won't we, sir? We'll do your feet. You have a little stretch. Back again. Again, I'm still putting this on because I do feel like he would throw himself off the table. Wouldn't you? So, I'm going to start on the back foot. Once again, doing what we already know. And if you don't know, go watch the other video. Told his mum 4:30, it's 4 o'clock. So for some reason I feel really slow and quick at the same time. Just wondering if I really rate myself about this. It's just me. I think I feel like this a lot. Well, I feel I'm running ahead, but I also feel like I'm behind. Maybe that way. No. I just set quickly sent Bailey's morning message. We've got 2 feet to go. Finish your message, 15 minutes message. Finish your feet off, take over him, which I already have anyway, but it's not a point. And he gets to go. Yeah, you do. Because I think you want to go home, don't you, sir? And just for reference, Bailey's took me about 4:15. He did come in like 5-10 minutes early, so it's took me like just over an hour and a half. I'm curious to know how long all groomers would think that it would take. Like, how long would it take you guys? How long do you think is appropriate for a dog like this? I feel like when I break it down, an hour and a half is pretty spot on because his bath took just over the hour and a half. And his groom takes like an hour. Granted, he did have a 5-minute break, but I feel like the dog should be able to get off your table for 2 minutes to rest or chill out. Otherwise, I just don't think you're booking enough time. That's just my opinion. Right? I'm just going to run the feather line, just because obviously it's bump and everything, it leaves it a little. And that is daily all done. And last but not least, to match the shampoo, we are using the pineapple and passion fruit cologne. What do you think? He says no. I think his mum will like it though. So unfortunately, you don't have it. Want it? What's this? He didn't pull his nose out of it. What are you doing? Sit down. You can sit down, you know. He's going to spritz away from his face. All dogs love the chicken. Are you a good boy? Oh, you've been so good. Are you a good little muddle? Like a statue.